So,
Camera, VSPER.
Who's it for?
yesterday, the last thing we needed to
Yes.
finish up was a summary of both single, double, and triple bonds.
Thanks, Pete, for doing something.
And that single bonds are very long bonds. They are weak and they can rotate around the axis. So let me give you an example here.
Careful there, don't die.
You're gonna live.
If we take something like this, the single bonds are actually quite long and they can rotate like this around the axis of the bonds. So this molecule is the same thing as this one because it can rotate, as well as this is the same thing as this. But when a double bond is created, the bond then becomes shorter. And then the bond can no longer rotate, it's stuck. And so this form cannot rotate up to become this anymore. So the molecule has to choose, will I be like this and forever be like this? Or will I be like this and forever be like that? So double bonds, shorter, stronger, and they cannot rotate. And if you end up with a triple bond, triple bond is much shorter. And even stronger, and it also cannot rotate around the bond axis. All right, any questions on that summary? I'm going to give you some optional homework over break. This is some more practice on Lewis dot structures.
Wait, when is the quiz/test?
The quiz will be the Tuesday we get back from break. Okay?
Wait, is this extra credit or just not?
This is extra credit. Every problem that you do correctly gets you 2 extra credit points. There are 15 problems, so you could get a total of 30 extra credit points.
Are you talking
For
about,
quarter 3.
are you talking about points like,
It would be good preparation for your quiz.
wait, Mr. Strauss, are you talking about points like the points that we keep track of or actual
The points you keep track of.
No deal.
Yes, sir, Zane.
That's Tuesday's also the day that we at the prison for the field trip.
I'm sorry you're going to prison.
I'm going there too.
I'm sorry you're going to prison as well.
I'll help trip time.
It's a very delinquent class. It doesn't matter, we'll still have the quiz.
Why would you
I'm
want
gonna
to?
go to
Tuesday.
Why do we have so many? Why do we
This
have
lab is really long, and this sheet is really
Is this lab in here?
Yes.
Kate, what hour do you have it?
Where's my locker to get close to?
Is the morning? Send me too.
Thank you.
Alright, I'll see you next time. I was like thinking about listening.
I don't know.
So what I drew over here on the right is a synapse. And the reason why I drew that synapse is because I read some interesting science in the news yesterday about how if you are under chronic stress,
That's me.
um,
Me, because you give me live and homework.
that is true, you will actually produce less dopamine. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of pleasure. And so when you eat a cookie and a glass of warm milk, you release dopamine, you feel happy. If you're under chronic stress, your body stops producing the dopamine, and so even when you do something pleasurable like eating a cookie and drinking warm milk, it doesn't make you happy. That's very sad.
So you get depressed?
So you are depressed, chronically depressed. So if we could create a molecule that looked like dopamine, and then take it every day, it could dock with your receptors and restore that feeling of pleasure, after eating a cookie and warm milk. And so things like Prozac and Xanax do that. Now, in order for that molecule to dock correctly, it must have the correct shape. And so that's kind of where we're leading towards a little bit. Today you're going to learn how to make shapes of molecules, very basic ones. When you get to be graduate students and undergrads, you will figure out the shapes of very complex things, biochemicals, and you'll major in things like biochemistry. But right now, this is your first step into the world of shapes of molecules. Yes, sir?
So with those kind of medications, are those the ones with all the different side effects? And if they are, then how do they have those side effects on them?
All medications have side effects because everybody's body chemistry is a little bit different. And also too, sometimes the dosing is a little different and it will affect your body differently depending on the dosing. And sometimes too, it might be caused by the fact that a person's on like more than one medication or has some other problem.
And like the molecules just don't mix, or?
Could be, but I mean, like, there are many causes for depression or sadness. Not just the fact that you don't have the right amount of dopamine. So they usually treat it with this one first, and then they see what else happens. All right, so let's take a look at the directions to our lab.